What's up, everybody?
What's up?
What's going on, y'all?
So let's see. We got Jameson up in here. We got Dan Glenn up in here. Hi, everybody. How are you guys doing? Good evening. Welcome to Talking Bulls with the BWO. We got Lance Lee over there. And then we got Kayla Bell down here.
What's up, guys?
Everybody's popping in. Don't forget to share this live stream, you guys. Share this out to some friends. If you got somebody that likes dogs, you got a real good friend, share this with them. If there's somebody you can't stand, send it to them like 10 times.
Yeah, let's try to let a few people get on here.
Yeah, so we do have a thing. If you guys read the ticker at the bottom that says you do have to share this live stream out to win one of the prizes. There's a lot of stuff being given away tonight. One of them being a whole puppy. So in order to win, you do have to share the video. When you share it, just do hashtag BWO so that I know to put your name in the drawing. Okay, we're gonna pick the winner tonight during the live broadcast. Yeah. So you do have to do hashtag BWO so I can see it.
You want me to do the introduction?
Yeah, go ahead and introduce. I'm Lois from Jayville Bullies, and it's just me. And then Lance can introduce himself, and then we'll hand it over to Kayla.
Yeah, I'm Lance from Blue Magic Bullies. Lois and I are putting this together. The whole BWO putting this podcast together. We're, like we said, we're interviewing a member of the BWO each month. So, and Kayla is the one we're interviewing now, and I'm glad because she was one of the first ones actually into the BWO as it started growing and everything. And so look, yeah, Kayla, just tell them a little bit about yourself. Don't go into too much detail because I got questions. I got questions to ask you, but just give them a little bit who you are, what you're about, and kind of all that stuff.
Gotcha. My name's Kayla. Other people call me Kayla Bell. From Central Mississippi. I always say Central Mississippi because when I say Branch, Mississippi, nobody knows where that's at. So
in the middle of nowhere.
In the middle of nowhere, Lance knows.
Okay, so look, Kayla, I got, I'm gonna go ahead and just get into these questions and get it going because we ain't gonna try to have no 3-hour podcast again. So we got a few lists of questions, and like I said, y'all, we just got these to get it started. Y'all feel free to ask her, anything, she feels comfortable answering, she's gonna answer. So we're gonna get it going. How did you get started in the Bullies, Kayla?
Okay, so I wrote this down because I'm terrible at like on the spot speeches. So
I got my paper too.
Okay, all right. I got my little notebook. So I guess I'd say my love for them started when I first got my American Pit Bull Terrier back when I was in high school. It's kind of like a rescue thing. She came to us, needed a home. So it started with her, and then when I got my first vet job as a receptionist, the first clinic I ever worked at, I started seeing the American Bully breed come in. And Haley, she's Haley Tony now, but I'll always be able to remember as Haley Abel. She came in with American Bullies, and I said, one day I'm going to own one of those, and look where I'm at now. Here
$7 later, right?
Right. Probably more, more counting co-owns.
So, you said, you kind of turned into just kind of a love of the dog itself, and then you just kind of fell in love with the breed, so is that kind of something that transitioned you into showing, or, really, how did you really get in to start going to shows? What was like, Kayla's going to this show,
Right. So it was around the time I got Tank, which he was 8 weeks old when I got him, and I knew he came from show quality bloodlines. Like his dad's a grand champion, his mom's dad was a grand champion, and I would follow who produced him, which was Diana Perez from Alabama with Southern Crown Bullies. She was into the shows, and the only reason I knew her is because I used to ride horses. I used to rodeo, and that's how I knew her. So I knew when I wanted to get into this, I wanted a show quality dog, and that's where I went, and that's how I got Tank. Man, I went to the first show. He was probably 4 months old, back in early 2019, and I was hooked, man. I wanted to keep doing it.
So you would say what got you into shows was pretty much who you bought the dog from, and just kind of seeing what they did?
Right. Yeah. Seeing like pictures of her going and meeting Tank's dad's owner, which is Jose Gories. He's out of South Alabama. Meeting him and being around them and being in the atmosphere of the show itself. I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the people I met. I fell in love with the dogs and all of the bullies I could ever imagine in one building, you know.
What made you want to join the BWO? Like what was, and I know when you got started, we were we were four deep in this thing, you know. But
it,
like what?
it it was just the overall like mission, I guess you could say, that you guys had. When I joined, it was the OGs, man. It was you, Jeremy, Jared, and John, and that was it. And I just love I love being around you guys. Even before like BWO became a thing, I remember we were at a show in Shreveport, and I was on that champion run with Tank, and I will never forget being in that ring and looking around, and you barely even knew me, and you and John, y'all lined the ring. Everybody from the BWO lined the ring and was rooting me on, because you knew I was from Mississippi. Y'all were there to support me. So when y'all got the group together, before I come and done pictures for y'all, I remember just y'all trying to like push the brand early on. I was like, BWO. I was like, what is this? And then I was like, Bully World Order. I was like, that's kind of cool. I just and your mission has pretty much been on point from the start. Like you started this thing. You and the guy started this for one thing only, and that's to bring a lot of people together who absolutely love the breed and support one another. And I love that.
That's awesome. That's really I mean, that's really, there's no better answer, is, we are a family, and that's what we do, to try to support one another and everything. So that's good to know. Lois, you want to throw a question from the audience in, or are you doing that? Are you wanting me to kind of read those as you put those up, or?
We can do that after the questions at the end that we have.
Okay. All right. So to the next question, what's your favorite memory of a show, like a show memory? I got mine. I'm gonna say it too afterwards.
Okay, and it's probably the same one I have that I'm thinking in my head right now, but I'm not gonna say it.
It
I have
probably is.
Okay, I have so many memories. One that sticks out the most is probably when it was during COVID, not during COVID, but kind of when shows got shut down for like 6 months when COVID hit. And I had a young female, and I had Tank that I was trying to champ out, and Lance had John Wayne. He's nodding his head yes, so this is probably the second one. We were in Shreveport, and Shreveport was still on lockdown as far as you couldn't be in the building with so many people. So we had to go in a show barn, like where they show cows and goats and pigs, and the shavings were green. And I remember my bottom of my feet being green. I blew green boogers for like 3 days. But we went down there on a mission, and I just wanted to champ one dog out, to be honest. Like, one would have made me happy, but me and Lance, between the both of us, we champed 3 dogs out, and that was Grand Champion John Wayne, Champion Tank, and Champion Lucy, all in the same show. And I'll never forget it, man.
That was a good memory, and that was the one I was talking about. It's one of my favorites too, because it really just kind of got us rolling, right? Like, I mean, we were winning, but we wasn't really. I mean, we were winning, but we wasn't majorly winning on a consistent level as far as like taking best of winners and stuff like that. And I think that day kind of opened a lot of people's eyes that we were serious about what we do and everything. What's the best tip you have for someone wanting to start showing dogs? And that could be any breed, because you've shown a couple different breeds, right?
I have, yeah. Well, just the Frenchies. Yep. But
what's your favorite to show between those two?
The Frenchies and the Bullies.
Yeah.
The Bullies.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so I'm gonna read the question again. What's the best tip you have for someone wanting to start showing?
Best tip, I'm going to kind of have a little funny thing here. All right. So if you've not been to a sanctioned show, you need to go to one without your dog. You need to watch, learn, and listen. Just kind of watch your surroundings, watch what's going on in the ring. Then you need to take as much in as you can, go home, and ask yourself again if you want to do this, because it's a lot. A lot of people don't understand the hard work that we put in it, and what goes into it, and the time, and you're up till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning after shows. But no, seriously, get a mentor is my probably my biggest tip. I was lucky enough to have several, and I still ask them questions to this day. Get a mentor that you can ask. If you have any questions, ask them. If they can't answer it, if it's a good enough mentor, they're going to go to somebody that can answer it for you. That's probably my biggest tip if you're getting into show and you need a mentor that's been doing it.
I think that's a pretty good piece of advice. What do you do? Well, hold on. What's the best advice to give someone wanting to start a breeding program? Do you consider yourself a breeding program?
I wouldn't say, until I can produce a grand champion, I would not consider myself a breeding program.
Okay.
And, I only have like 1 or 2 females, and I don't have a lot of litters. I just don't have time for it.
So you want to kind of skip that question, maybe?
No, I mean I can definitely answer it.
Okay, so what's the best advice to give someone wanting to start a breeding program? Because I feel like you could still answer that question if you don't.
Especially if you've been around the breed and the stuff long enough. So if you want to start a breeding program, you need to study the breed standard for sure. I know a lot of people don't have an opportunity to start out with champions and grand champions and base their program off of that. But you need to kind of match as close as you can to the standard. Therefore, you can produce, show quality dogs. Not every puppy in a litter is going to end up show quality. I mean, unless you're just, a magic man and you make it happen. But, and don't come into this thinking you're going to make a quick buck, because you're lucky if you break even.
Golly, girl. It sure seems to be a money pit at times,
Right.
So just for people that are just new, that want to get into breeding, why there's so many people that don't do shows. So why is it important to have show quality, to shoot for show quality dogs? Why?
Right. Well, of course you want to breed healthy dogs. So you don't want to breed that, that have a high rear. You can breed that out if it's taken to the right dog, of course, but you don't want to have a dog with a ton of flaws bred to another dog with a ton of flaws, because that litter is not going to be any good. And then that's when you run into health problems as far as heart murmurs and cleft palates and really either bad overbites or underbites. So you still need to breed healthy quality dogs. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I understand a lot of people, and a lot of people have a big name out there that are raising puppies and can, sell them for more than I sell for. I do know, I feel that since I'm in the show ring and a lot of people see, me with the BWO and everything, it makes it a little bit easier for me to sell puppies, since I'm in the show ring. But if I was not in the show ring, it'd be super hard to me, I think.
I think it's a good platform to push your brand, for sure. Win or lose, you show people. At the end of the day, you still showed everybody that was watching you in that ring that day your dog,
Right.
Win or lose, Okay, on to the next question. What do you do for a living?
A lot of people know this answer, but I'm going to answer it. Well,
it's on the list, Kayla.
I know it is. And this says, I'm a vet tech at Carthage Vet Clinic is my answer.
Okay, so she's a vet tech, so we're real lucky to have her. We have a message group, and we always everybody. But I mean, hell, I feel like everybody in the group's damn near a vet tech. Everybody's so knowledgeable. You get you ask one question and you got somebody telling you to rub honey on this and pour coconut on this and rub it with some pumpkin spice but
The
all
day
right, so Kayla,
somebody says, the
You
day
sound like
somebody
a
says
cooking
rub
dog
it
over here.
on.
I done made a pie, didn't it, Lois? What's the hardest thing about having a bully as a pet? Not no show and stuff like and I guess what's the pros and cons of having a bully? And just
Okay.
be honest, your experience is what we're after.
Uh, since I mean, it goes back to me owning the pit bull that I had. It's the people judging the breed is probably my hardest because it's hard to keep my mouth shut when somebody's mean about my dog. But I've battled that since high school, and I'm 32 years old now, so that's nothing new. And as time has gone on, like it's evolved. Like people are realizing that hey, pit bull is not just a mean dog, or this bully that they think's a pit bull. It's not a mean dog. It's a family dog. That was my biggest pet peeve getting into this, just because I don't like people judging my dogs. They're like my kids. But
What's one of the best things?
What's one of the best things? The shedding is another hardest thing to have in a bully. The best thing, I mean, honestly, the feeling like if I walk in the Tractor Supply or Home Depot or Lowe's with my dog on my other lead, it's just like the attention I get. Like I just love like how they
You love attention, huh?
I love the attention that dog gets. Let me rephrase that. Not me. I don't like attention, but because I get nervous. But I mean, I love the attention that my dog gets when I walk into somewhere and they see how well behaved they are and they just think, that's probably the best thing. And I mean, I love the breed in itself. I love how loyal they are, how sweet they are. They'll do anything in the world for you, for sure.
Yeah, I love them too. They are good dogs. Who's your favorite person in the BWO?
That's a trick question. Lois, because she fed me last weekend, the weekend before last.
And Lois works her butt off, y'all, to do this podcast too. So shout out again to Lois for that.
Right.
That was a trick question. This is the last question I got on the thing, and we'll get to some of these probably more exciting questions, Kayla.
Okay.
We just wanted everybody to kind of know know your journey, stuff like that.
Right.
Which one of your dogs is your favorite? So it's almost that was a kind of softened you up for this one. So
yeah, you did. So I was like answering these questions last night in front of Ryan and Holly, which is his daughter, and I was like, I would love to say I don't have a favorite. Like I love all my dogs, but they both looked at me and said, "No, you have a favorite." And I said, "Who?" And they said Tank, because I would let him get away with anything. So
that's what I was thinking.
Tank's probably my favorite. I love all my dogs, but they tell me I treat him differently.
That's awesome. Shoot, Lois, take it away. Do your thing.
Okay, so I see several people saying they're wanting t-shirts. I don't know who all has t-shirts in stock, but if you want them from the individual states, reach out to someone from that state, see if they got them on hand. I also have a website up from Printify that have BWO t-shirts on there. You also can get license plates for your car, all kinds of cool stuff. I'm working on getting more stuff up there. So if you're interested in getting a link to order that kind of stuff, let me know. You guys, we're going to open it up for you guys to like ask Kayla questions. So this is going to be fun. Don't ask anything crazy. I will not put that question up. She can only see what I put up. So, take it away, you guys. What do you guys want to ask her?
I'm scared of what Jameson's going to ask because he's already done warned me.
Joe had a question. He wanted to know why it took you a whole year to approve his friend request.
So I did that. Sorry, Joe. So
the gloves are coming off, baby.
I was going through my friend request the other day. I'm like, how are me and Joe not even friends on Facebook? Sorry, Joe. That was not intentional. But I was like, oh my gosh, he sent this request like 57 weeks ago.
Look, there's a topic I'd like to talk about, that's been going around. Do you think showing in different registries mean you have lesser dogs, and how do you feel about showing in different registries? And in your opinion, if you want to answer this, I mean, you ain't got to. I mean, we're not talking down on anybody. Don't want to hear anything negative, but like pros and cons from different registries you've been in, since that topic's kind of been brought up and brought out. We're not here to bash, but just like kind of what do you think about just showing in different registries, from ABKC, ICBR, BRC, USBR.
It gives you a whole different audience, man. We started out with ABKC. I was diehard ABKC, but my mission was to at least champ my dogs out in ABKC before I ever went to another registry. I accomplished that. I took Tank and Mopar this last ICBR event in Biloxi, and they're already ABKC champions, and I wanted to see if I could do it in ICBR, and I'm still going to try. It's just a whole different set of eyes on your dogs. Like, and they may not be friends with you on Facebook, and they may not see, everything on Facebook or the internet. They may not even have Facebook, but if you come to a different registry and it's a whole another audience, they're going to put eyes on your dog, and that just opens up another opportunity for your dog.
Is there a benefit to starting out with champing your dog in ABKC versus another registry?
No, not to me. I mean, you can choose whatever registry you want to start out with. I don't, that's solely based on that person,
What do you think, Lois? I mean, what's your opinion on that, Lois? Because I mean, it is a big topic. It was brought up, and even before it was brought up yesterday, it was always brought up to us. Well, y'all don't show any other registries. Well, we all had goals. So I mean, what do you think, Lois?
Well, I feel like personally, I haven't been in it as long as you guys have, but ABKC seems to be the biggest registry, so that's the biggest networking opportunity. Also, when it comes to the whole purpose of this is for breeding, right? So whenever you're breeding, it's kind of a good idea to start with ABKC, because if you have a dog, let's say you're gonna maybe you're gonna register a dog for the first time. If they don't have 4 generations of in their pet, they can't register ABKC until they have the 4 generations in. But if you already, let's say you decide to go ahead and get a dog that's already ABKC registered, like a puppy or whatever, then I think that's cool, because oftentimes the other registries will accept the ABKC paperwork as your proof to be able to register your dog there. I found it a little easier because I've heard of people having to wait till they had the 4 generations in under UKC or whatever else before they can go to ABKC and register their dogs with them.
I'm just trying to look at some comments.
Yeah. So
a lot of people want some shirts. Y'all hit Lois up, y'all.
Dan said, go ahead. What'd you say? You got some shirts?
I've got a few shirts, but I don't have any large or extra large.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you're really fat or really small, Kayla's got you.
I do. A 2X, a 3X, a small, and a medium.
There you go, if y'all need them. All right. Dan Glenn says, what's the next show you're going to be at?
My next show, and probably last for a little bit, is going to be the ICBR here in Forest, Mississippi, that's being hosted by Jonathan Manus. And the only reason that's going to be my last one for a little while, because I have 2 litters about to be here. So I'm going to have to take a little break, and then I'll get back on it.
That's awesome. Litter coming up, you guys. Keep an eye out for that.
Yes, I got 2 coming.
Don't forget, guys, just quick commercial break. If you do not share the live and do hashtag BWO, then I won't know to put your name on the spin wheel that I'm preparing. We will pick winners at the end of this podcast while we're still live. So make sure that you're sharing and you do hashtag BWO. If you've already done it, I've already got your name in there. So don't forget, okay? Monroe Meyer says, how long have you been showing? I'm new, but loving it.
Tank is 4.5, so 4 years.
Yeah, you were about a year before we started, right?
Yeah, I started early 2019.
Yeah, so pretty much the same time.
Yeah.
Kimberly says, hey, Kayla, how old were you when you got your first bully?
20. Well, okay, so I got an unregistered bully before I got Tank. His name was Dak. He was, oh gosh, what year was that? 2012? I don't know. I'm 32 now. I suck at math, so I don't know how old I was. But about 2012, 2011, that's when we got him.
About 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Zach Newman says, what month do you guys recommend a stud to start breeding / like what age? Start
12.
for breeding age.
12 months.
12 months.
I'm a stickler
And why?
for that.
Why?
Well, the only reason I say that is because we'll have guys come in with their 10-month-old bully that wants us to collect him that has never bred before. To me, that's just it's just they're still a puppy, man, at 10 months old. So at 12 months, they're fully mature as a male dog. Yes, they can breed a dog when they are 6 months old and produce sperm and be able to breed, but they're still a baby. So I'm a stickler for 12 months old and no younger.
I got a question. Angela Shelton, at what point did you realize that this was the business you wanted to invest your time and most of your life to? She got real with that question, boy.
So yeah, that is a real question.
Good job, Angela.
I've always liked a hobby, I guess. And this has become more like a lifestyle to me. But growing up, I always competed in rodeos and barrel raced, and it was like an adrenaline rush for me. Well, I got older and my knees didn't take it as well as it which this job is not any easier because you're still running around the ring, you know, physically work. But I'm passionate about the breed. I'm passionate about the dog. So any chance I get to tell somebody, you know, I'm going to a show, I'm super excited. You know, it's and I love being around the people. We don't get to see each other that often, but I've grown this friendship and family with all you guys, and I you know, I miss you when I ain't seen you in 8 months. You know, so that's, you know, that's another reason why I do the shows.
Oh, I got another good question, unless you got one, Lois.
Jared said, what is one goal you'd like to reach for yourself and see the BWO within the next couple of years?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's a good question, Jared Harmon.
That's two questions. You got two in there.
So we're going to do, what is one goal you'd like to reach for yourself? I want to produce a grand champion. That's what I want to produce. Multiple. I want to produce multiple grand champions. And then let's say, see the BWO within the next couple of years. Growth, man. And in the next couple of years, BWO, I hope we're nationwide, man.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Look, Barbara Life, how hard is it to pick a pup off a litter you think can take as far as possible in the ring?
Oh, so Lance probably already knows this. I hate picking puppies. Like, that's the hardest thing in this lifestyle that you can do is pick a puppy, especially if you pick them at 8 weeks.
Damn right.
I see a lot of people hold on to them till they're like 6 to 7 months old, and then they'll know, hey, I'm going to pick that one. But then your other puppies are 6 to 7 months old, and no, not many people are going to want a dog that old. It's really hard. It's probably like if you have a breeding program and you're strictly like wanting to produce champion and green champion dogs, that's going to be your hardest job, is picking the one. Unless you want to keep all of them, you know.
Skyla says, how many registries can you have your dog in, and does that cause problems down the road?
You can have them as there's UKC, ABKC, ICBR, BRC. Is that all of them?
As many as many registries that are recognized the breed, right?
Right. Yeah. Does it run into problems down the road? I wouldn't. I mean, for you personally, no. It doesn't. It honestly, it just opens your platform bigger. Which a lot of people only breed their dogs to ABKC registered dogs, but I mean, they can be dual registered with another breed. But like me, I will not. Tammy, oh Lord.
I put that in there for you.
Okay. But like I won't breed my ABKC. Like Tank is ABKC registered, and then I dual registered him with UKC when like he hit like 8 months. I've never been to a UKC show, but me personally, if the dog is only UKC registered only and she's not like dual registered, I won't breed to that dog. So
Dan says, how old or how many heat cycles does a female need to go through before you breed?
third, I usually do it on third, unless there's an unless. So my females always go into heat late. So they're like 9, 10 months old when they hit their first heat. And so that'll push them 15, 16 months old when they go into their second one. It honestly, I base it off of the demeanor of the dog and if they've matured like mentally, or they just act like a puppy. My Shamrock daughter I used to have, Lucy, she came in, her first heat was like 10 months old. Well, her second heat was, she was 17 months old. But I did not breed her on her second because she just acted too much of like a puppy. And I was like, she's not ready to be a mom. So I waited to her third heat, but she did not take. So she was like 3 years old when she finally had a litter of puppies, which was great because she was a great mom at that age.
I like to look for that too. I like to, it's, third heat, but I like to look if, second heat, like you said, if they're a good bit past a year and their body looks real mature and stuff like that, that's kind of what I base it off of,
Right. Like I have one female, she went in the heat when she was 6 months old and then she hit her second heat at 12 months. I wouldn't do it that early.
Next question. What age do you recommend to start showing?
Dogs, I think she's right. She's talking about not people. so dogs, I'll at least get them trained when they're younger, about 5 to 6 months old. That way they just learn to stand still and walk on a leash and not alligator roll. But if you don't take them to a show that young, at least get them out and get them socialized. Because a lot of the times, if you wait until the dog's a year old and you throw it in the ring, they're going to freeze up on you or they're going to start shaking and they're going to be really nervous. So I would say start showing, whenever you think the time is right for that dog. Is that a good answer?
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, there's no wrong or right. It's just, this is kind of like your opinion, and that's really what we're doing. I mean, everybody's going to be a little different,
Right. Oh yeah, and every dog's going to be different.
What's the one piece of advice you wish you would have been given when you were just starting out in shows? Tiffany. She won last week or something, didn't she?
That it's not cheap. Nobody told me it was not cheap. Especially when you're friends with Lance Lee and you have to get like the tent and all the stuff.
Come on, man.
No. You really have to, you really have to have a job and be able to do this, This is like a second job though.
It's a hobby that's got an opportunity to pay for itself.
Right.
If everything goes good and you break even, I feel like you're really winning. And if you go to a lot of shows, for sure.
Right.
Sarah says, do you handle more clients' dogs than personal dogs?
Right now, yes. When I first started, I didn't. It was only my personal dogs. But then I started getting clients and they pay my way. So they're priority. Those clients' dogs are priority.
What's the one thing you would change if you could start over your program over? Jameson Pearson asked. That's a pretty good question.
What do you ask?
What's one thing you could change if you could start your program over?
Nothing.
Like right now, if you were like starting your program, what would you do different?
Oh, I would have got my female first.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the female first.
That's good advice.
What about you, Lois? You got an answer for that?
I feel like everything that we've done has all been great leading up to where we are. I really feel like, I don't know. I really feel like we had great friends and mentors that kind of got us started in here. Tammy was a great one. We met all of you guys. I think we came at the right time, right place, right time. Everything happened for a reason the way it did. It was awesome. Can't really say I'd change anything.
That's a good answer.
Candy says, "Hey Kayla, where do you see the bully going in the next 5 years?"
It depends on what registry. Some registries they're going bigger, and then some are staying. Your functional, clean, great movement. But overall, I see the bully breed growing. I mean, it's continued to grow since I got in it. I mean, there's so many. When I first started this, the champion class, there was only like 3 or 4 dogs, and now there's like 20 plus, and I just see it getting bigger and bigger. Can you put them up?
We have Kayla Taylor said, "What's the best direction to take when researching bloodlines and genetics?"
Okay, so I help test all of my dogs, like my breed dogs. Usually, they're help tested as far as like embark. If you,
Sorry, guys.
yeah, I was wondering where you went, Lance.
Sorry.
Genetic. Well, I guess we're not really talking about embark, so let me go back. All right. So bloodlines, it just depends on what type of bully you are looking for. Are you looking for the more standard, over exaggerated, big boned bully, or are you going for more of the leaner, classic bully look that you can like take hikes with and climb mountains and shit?
Denzel said, "Do you recommend natural tie, AI, or surgical?"
Natural tie is out. No, sir. And that's just because I know it's a natural thing and dogs do it. I understand that. But my show dogs will never natural tie. None of my dogs will. It's just a lot of stress on the female and the male. It takes forever. It's like 15 minutes, and it seems like the longest 15 minutes of your life. As far as regular AI, of course, I do that more than anything. With Lucy, she would not take on a regular AI. So we had to go back to the drawing board, and we did a surgical on her, and she was pregnant with 7 puppies. So it depends on the female. It depends on how she cycles and the numbers and stuff, whether you need to do a surgical or regular.
Gail says, "Is there a recommended number as to how many litters a dog should have?"
Absolutely not. Every dog is different. It can be, some dogs have 2 puppies each time, and some have 10, and some have 8. Like, I mean, it's so random. So no, not really.
Marlene and Alex want to know, can a vet sonogram a testicle? So this is, I guess you can sonogram pretty much anything really, but the question I think they're asking is, can you tell if there's 1 testicle, 2 testicles, if there's one lodged somewhere it shouldn't be?
Okay, so yes, you can sonogram a testicle. It usually takes a specialist, because we have heard of like sonogramming testicles to check for like scar tissue or damage. As far as 1 testicle, 2 testicles, well, it's pretty obviously either you can feel it or you can't feel it. If you can't feel but 1, then he's a cryptorchid, and he needs to be neutered, and you don't need to breed him.
Let's see. Is there? All right. So
Timothy
Monroe says,
oh, go ahead.
What'd you say?
I said, go ahead. I got one lined up back to that one.
Is there anything you can share that would help someone just starting out? So when you say starting out, Monroe, what do you mean? For breeding or for showing, or just like picking a dog? So that's a pretty general question. I'm really high up in the comments too, so I don't know if you guys can see her reply. That pops in, Lance. Jameson said, "What's one thing?" Oh wait, we already did that one. What do you look for in a keeper puppy? Tell us your secrets.
Yes. So it used to be like angulation and turn stifle, which it kind of is. I still look at that. But as I've gotten to like start picking more puppies, it's mainly like the bone and the mass that puppy has. And I really look for a good stop on their head. And if nobody knows what a stop is, because I did not know what a stop was when I first got into this, so it's pretty much straight back from the muzzle to the bottom of the head in between the eyeballs. If it's like a 90-degree angle and it has top skull, which is like a big forehead, they're gonna have a really nice head when they get older.
Do you look at the eye and ear separation too? Is that like a big part of when you're looking
No,
at the head? You don't go by that?
Mm-mm.
A lot of people. So here's one that I hear often. They say if the puppy has a big butthole, it's gonna be a big dog.
Everybody's on that shit.
The bigger the butthole, the bigger the dog.
This is funny. Okay.
That is crazy. Look, I got one, Lois.
Okay.
Timothy Tomplant said, what's your favorite bloodline outside of your yard? I thought that was a pretty good question.
Hold on, like outside of my yard bloodline.
And you got it all over there, don't you?
I mean, I have a lot. Oh gosh. Because John Wayne gave me Waffle House. I have Shamrock because of John Wayne now. I have Ricky Ricardo, I have El Toro, I have Chumper, I have Jaws. Oh my gosh.
Well, there's a bunch of other bloods out there that you hadn't named. What would be your favorite blood?
Yeah, you got zero.
Chumper and Jaws are my favorite bloodline.
Okay.
I don't outside of the I mean, I'd say Rocco bloodline, like Grim and that kind of stuff, but we have Maddie.
Yeah.
So
damn, we got it all.
I mean, I have a lot of my favorites I have. Now, I mean, I love he's old school blood, old school. Denzel. He I really like him. And I actually bred Tank to a Denzel granddaughter, but I didn't keep a puppy off that. So I don't have Denzel like old school blood. But now I have old school Razor's Edge because of Tank.
Kaylon said, what's the best advice you can give when marketing a stud? Ooh.
Let me get my paper out.
Marketing. I mean, you really take as many updated pictures as you can. I know that's hard, especially for me. I can't
show the dog.
Yeah, you can put the dog in the ring and let people put their hands and their eyes on them. Me, I would love to get more pictures of my dogs, but I can't hold them and take the picture at the same time. It's just not possible. And there's no really photographers out here out my way. So yeah, like Lance said, I would definitely agree with that. It's getting them in the ring, getting them at shows. You don't even have to get them in the ring. I mean, just take them to a show and let people look at them and see them and ask information.
Especially that monster Kayla's got.
Right. Yeah. He ought to know how to market a stud.
Oh, he does.
Skyla said, how did it feel when your first dog got champion?
Well, I was blessed to be able to champ out 2 dogs at one time, my very first time. It was a feeling like no other. And I get it. Even if it's a client's dog that I champ out, I get that same feeling.
You remember? Do you remember when we were in? I think it was Kansas, and remember we drove all the way up there, and Tank had been kind of in a slump, right? Like he'd kind of been in a slump.
Okay, so this was my second favorite memory as far as show goes, and it was just the whole Kansas trip in general, Lance.
Don't get to talking about that.
Okay.
What happens there stays there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in a rut when I went to Kansas, and we drove. I mean, it was a 14-hour drive. And it was hosted by, it was a show put on by Devin Ferrero and Alex, and I went up there, and I had not even got a second or third place ribbon in 6 months, and I was just about to give up. And John was there, my best friend Amanda was there, Lance was there, And Brooke Romero, now she gave him not a champion win. She gave him one of his majors, and I started crying in the ring. Like, he didn't even champ out, and I was like squalling, and I was like trying to catch my breath. So it was just it was an amazing feeling just to know, like, I didn't go up there for nothing. It felt good.
Because the hard work that you put in and stuff, I know it's just a little ribbon or whatever, but when you get in a slump like that, and you're doing everything you can, you're driving these hours, you're putting in the time after work training, and then when you're like, you do kind of like, damn man, what am I doing wrong? And then when somebody sees like, hey, you're doing the thing, it's a good feeling. That was fun to witness. I'm glad we were there to watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jenna said, would you ever breed Frenchies?
This is a controversial question with me, because I don't know if a lot of people have heard. I want a Frenchie ever. And it's not because I don't like them. I love them, and I love to play with them at work and at shows, but that's it. I don't want them living in my house. I've trained Frenchies, and I've been blessed with really good Frenchies that I had here for a couple of weeks or a few weeks. But it still did not change my mind.
So
I won't.
Marlene and Alex elaborated a little bit on their question. They wanted to know, could you use sonogram to see if there was a second testicle, maybe like that didn't come down or something?
So if the dog is past 6 months old and the testicle has not come down, you might as well just neuter that dog and let them do the cryptorchid surgery, because that sucker's never coming down. And it's genetic, so they're going to pass that on to their puppies.
Yeah. Monroe says, I've heard it's not good to breed a dog every time a dog goes in the heat. Is that true?
Well, that's a good question.
It is a good question. I answer this a lot at work, like my real job. So we do a lot of C-sections. We do a lot of C-sections, and if we go in there and the uterus is just about ruptured, there's a lot of scar tissue, we will tell the client, hey, she needs to skip the next one. Give her time for the uterus to heal. Don't breed her back to back. I have been really lucky with Magnolia. That I co-own with Taylor and Amanda Parker, that actually Amanda works with me. We bred her back to back with John Wayne, and then we bred her to Mopar. But she's a natural birther. Like, we've never had to do a C-section on her. And she did phenomenal. Yeah. We bred her. So we were going to breed her again, and then we were going to fix her, but she didn't take, which it all worked out that she didn't, because we had the semen shipped, and she's like, I don't want to be a mom right now, I guess. But so then this last time, she's pregnant now. She's due in 2 weeks, I think. She took, and this will be it for her. This is her retirement litter. But it just depends on how well the female bounces back. If you do have a C-section scheduled, just, hey, mention to your vet, hey, can you check her uterus out? Kind of like, let me know, like, do I need to skip the next one? Is she good to go? And just read your female, know your dogs.
Chris says, buying a dog to get started or raise one to show, pros and cons.
So raise one to show is going to be by far the most enjoyable to me. I bought Tank when he was 8 weeks old. I bought Lucy, she was 8 weeks old. It means so much more when you raise that puppy. You put in the time with that dog, especially if you're the owner and handler, like, and the trainer. If you put in the time with that dog and it wins in the ring, it means so much more to me. I have personally never purchased an adult dog. Now, I had J2 at one time. I co-owned with Josh. But that's the only reason I had him, is because I loved him.
Sarah said, have you ever made a pick and then regretted it?
Yep. He's a pet dog now.
MK says that they just started theirs on a stack box. How long should they continue?
So I don't use stack boxes. That would be a Jameson question. I started out using one like with Tank, but he hated it. So I would just teach him, like I would get one of those non-skid rugs and put them on the floor, and stack them on that, and it would keep his feet in place. With Lucy, I started her on a stack box. It's good for puppies that wiggle around a lot and move a lot. So the stack box to me would help that puppy stand in one spot. But you don't need to solely train that puppy on the stack box. You need to like do a few minutes on the stack box, put them on the ground, let them stay still stacked on the ground. Then you can go back to the stack box. But don't just solely depend on that stack box.
I agree with that 100% because you're not stacking a dog on a stack box in the show ring. Use the stack box as it's a puppy to keep that fear in them, and then I would use the stack box until he transitioned 100% to the ground, like Kayla said.
Yep.
Gail says, do you find that the judges in all registries are equally educated and comparable in their decisions / recommendations? I can answer part of that too when you're done.
That's a deep.
Get them, Lois. Get them, Lois.
Gail always comes out with the good stuff.
That's a deep.
What's up, Gail? Trying to stir some shit up.
She is always.
Yes, I would like to think that all the judges are equally educated and comparable. But we know it's totally different. Each judge is different, and it's not solely based on like what they're educated and what they go by as far as that registry standard. It's not about that. I mean, most you have your judges that are movement judges, like that love movement, and as long as the structure's there, they're going to pick that dog over the over exaggerated, dog if it can't move. So I mean, anyways, Lois, take it away. I'm going to let you add to that.
So, going I've shown in 3 registries so far, and that's ABKC, UKC, and VRC. So my experience with ABKC, I've noticed that a lot of times it's more preference. Like they seem to be educated, but they go by preference. Like one would prefer a better mover, or one would prefer a better stacker, or one would prefer more personality. And UKC or BRC, I had a terrible experience with the one BRC show we went to because it was more of an exotic show than it was. There's only one confirmation show, and we came out with some majors for the one show with beefcake and shortcake, but wasn't a whole lot of experience to really say what I felt about the judges yet. But for UKC, I've literally walked into this. They definitely need some improvement in their education. I walked into the ring and they had us waiting while the judge looked up the standards on bullies because they'd never seen one.
Oh, wow.
And so it literally was like one judge gave a ribbon to a younger male for best male because he said Beefcake's chest was too big. Yeah. I was like, thank you. Like, I don't know what to say about that. Like, what do you say?
Yeah. See, I've never shown UKC, but I remember you telling me that when I was in Jacksonville because that was really shocking.
I feel like
they do need more education. They need more education in the UKC, and it's just they really kind of need to go to an ABKC show and just look at the bullies so they can see what they look like. Yeah, because they're seeing poodles and they're seeing Dalmatians and shepherds, and they have no idea what they're looking for in a bully.
No.
That's why to me, I think what's cool and what people are kind of not. I think people are hanging on too much of the negative about the differences between the registries. I think you go to UKC. I've only been to one show, but like it's just not a bully turnout. It's you kind of get what you get what you pay for. Like you go to ABKC, a lot of Frenchy people and oldie bull people are like, man, they don't give enough best in shows to oldies and Frenchies and stuff. Well, it's American Bully Kennel Club. Like I feel like it's not. I feel like every judge should have a criteria, and I don't know, like we're all saying, we hadn't been in these other registries long enough, but I know in ABKC you're supposed to have produced, and so many champions, and you go through this stage. And I know there's other registries out there that ain't making people do that. And to me, when I see that, it's just shocking. Like, this, so and so doesn't have, the criteria, but maybe their criteria is different. So I say when you go to a ring, man, any ring you go to, I really feel like, I mean, you're paying for a judge's preference, even though if all three judges or four judges or however many judges are there are going by a criteria. I still think at the end of the day, there's out of them five judges, they got certain things, features on dogs that they hold more accountable or they like more. Say your dog has a bigger head, well, it doesn't move as good. I think it still comes down to preference, like Lois was saying, like, but like, definitely if you're going to, like, I agree with Lois on this part. If you're going to judge my breed, please don't be reading the damn instructions while I'm in there. Like, if you don't know the breed, don't judge the breed. I mean, seriously.
Next question is, how do you pick your stud, especially if you're the one that produced them? So I guess when you're going to do a breeding, like, what do you consider when you're looking at a stud? Are you going to pick one in-house, and why, or would you go outside?
So I just did this so I can answer it. So I have Teeter here. And she's pregnant now. She's due at the beginning of May. So I only have one produced stud. I co-own him with Jamison Pearson. And that's Pearl River's Bodacious. I co-produced him with Hope Walker. She's in Mississippi as well. She owned his mama. And I told her, I just want a puppy off of it. So we both produced him. He's a phenomenal dog. But when I was looking for a stud for Teeter, I had all these options. Of course, there's a ton out there. But the more I looked at Bodacious, I was like, you know what? I was like, if I'm not going to use him, who else is going to use him? So I was like, let's go for it. And that's going to be my my 3 times Ricky Ricardo litter right there. So I'm super excited about it. But she needs more bone, and he's got it. She's a very, very well put together dog. She's just a classic female. She's little. So she needs a better headpiece. She needs more bone. Other than that, she's flawless. So I wanted to go with, him just because it's going to tighten up that Ricky blood, and he's bigger, and he's going to hopefully put it on her.
So basically, just you don't want to just go, hey, I got a dog available. You really want to see what you want to improve on your female and kind of complement that. Like, your goal is to, if there's any kind of features that you want to enhance, you find a dog that has those features and you want to pair them with that dog.
Yeah.
All right. Jerry said, what medicines do you recommend that we all keep at home?
So a lot of people know me as like the vet tech on the road. So it shows they come to me for any kind of thing you can think of. Ear cleaner is my main one, just because, you give your dog a bath, but a lot of people don't look in the ears. So ear cleaner, Benadryl in case that dog has like an allergic reaction. It can also act as somewhat as a sedative, but some, like my dogs, don't react to it, so it doesn't work that way.
Shit over here.
It's not even a medication. It's alcohol and lime juice, just in case it's hot outside and your dog goes into heat exhaustion. That's definitely for sure what you need. Any kind of common aid. A lot of dogs show up in the ring and they're just like nervous and they're not going to work. And if you can kind of give them just a little bit of common aid before you get in the ring, it may help. Medications. I'm trying to think of stuff you can get over the counter. I think that's about it. Peroxide, like first aid kind of stuff, like in case your dog gets cut, or sometimes that you're walking by a dog and your dog gets bit in the face by another dog, so you definitely need like triple antibiotic ointment, gauze. I remember we were I was at a Kentucky show, and I have a doggy first aid kit in my bag at all times. But we were at a dog show in Kentucky under a horse arena. And I was sick as a dog. I won't never forget this day either. But this guy was a little intoxicated, and he got in this dog's face that he had no idea who he was. And there was a little girl, so the dog's little girl owner was right behind him. And I know the dog was just protecting her. So it was not the dog's fault. But the guy got in his face and he bit him right on the lip and ripped it wide open. And they come running to me and they were like, Kayla, do you have any gauze or anything? And he had his hand covering his mouth. I'm like, what happened? And he like takes his hand off and his lip's hanging off. And I'm like, dude, gauze is not going to help that. You need a hospital.
You need some stitches, play up.
Yes, I did. I gave him a stack of gauze and I said, you need to put this to your lip and not, like, you need to go to the emergency room. This is not a clue. He was worried about stupid gauze on her. It was terrible. Anyways.
Daryl from Missouri asked, "What do you like? What do you like? Showing more, handling more, or breeding more?" I think I know the answer, but
he put photography on there. You goofball! You didn't read that.
What'd he say?
He said, "What do you enjoy more, breeding, handling, or photography?"
Okay, my bad. I didn't see the last part. I just thought it would have been breeding.
Okay, so I'm going to put it in order. Handling is my first. That's what I enjoy the most. Photography second, and breeding's third.
You ain't lying about that. Tell them about that breeding, Lois.
Yeah, I'm about to have to ship Beefcake off to somebody that likes to do all of that. Dude is.
Lance ain't gonna do it. Lance ain't gonna do it neither.
Hell no, hell no.
That dude's like, I'm a stud.
You want to start giving some stuff away, Lois?
Oh my gosh, it's crazy. He just thinks he's a.
Lois, you want to give some stuff away?
Huh? Yeah, we're gonna give some stuff away. All right.
Couple more questions, y'all.
All right. So if you guys have any other questions, we got through as many as we can. We got to start. We're gonna bring our sponsors on, and let me see if anybody was in the box. Let's see. Yeah, we got Jerry James in the box since he's in here. We'll go ahead and bring him on. Jerry, I'm gonna let Kayla, is there anything you want to say? And we appreciate you coming on and sharing us your
I enjoyed
knowledge.
Very much so. Thank you.
Yeah, this was fun.
And thank you
to the world, baby.
For sure.
Yeah. So, all right. So we're gonna go ahead and let you go. We're gonna bring on Jerry. We're gonna let him introduce himself and tell us about what he's given away since he's here. Okay. Thank you, Kayla.
Bye. Love you guys.
Love you.
Love you, Kayla. See you.
What's up, Jerry?
What's happening?
So you guys, if you guys don't know who Jerry is Jerry James. He has donated a COI analysis on the last podcast, and he's given one away tonight as well. Oops, sorry, I highlighted somebody's comment on accident. So we're gonna let him kind of explain. First, tell us where, what the name of if you have a kennel, what the name of your kennel is, and also what the COI analysis is and why it's important.
Yeah, Dubtown Bullies here in Oklahoma. So the coefficient of inbreeding is important because there are really two struggles that any breeder has to deal with, and that is maintaining the health of their dogs, but also at the same time developing a consistent phenotype in their breeding program over time. Scientific papers tell you that the lower the inbreeding coefficient, the healthier your dogs are. But then that really doesn't benefit your consistent phenotype. So there's a fine balance that you need to try to walk, right? And so by having a coefficient of inbreeding analysis done and understanding where a potential mating or even the dogs that you have on your yard, what their inbreeding coefficients are, then you have a better idea about whether that dog needs to be outcrossed or whether that dog needs, or whether you should line breed or what your breeding strategy for that dog and your objective should be. So
it's a program.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Lance.
So it's a program where you take two dogs, like, I got a dog I want to breed. I got this stud over here, let's just say John Wayne, and I want to breed him. Man, Jerry, I really like this female. Where Jerry comes into play, y'all, he can take both of them dogs, and it goes back. How many pedigrees does it go back?
Goes back 10 generations.
Goes back 10 generations. So, you think you got and me and Jerry learned this together. You think you got a 2 times waffle or whatever. You think there might be more waffle. There's going to be more of another dog in there than actual waffle, is what, me and Jerry have learned. So just trying to, because I know it took you a time or two to explain it to me, Jerry, and that ain't, that's pretty normal when you're dealing with me, but just try to just dumb it down for them as much. It's a computer program that goes back, just kind of explain what your steps are when somebody comes to you with two female, a male and a female.
Well, one of the reasons why I decided that this was really kind of important, because I was just doing it for me because I did it 25 years ago when I bred horses, but I saw so much inbreeding within the community, and that has some negative results over time. It really will impact the breed if it's not mitigated. And so I wanted to share the information. But basically what I do is, like I said, it can be a single dog if you just want to know what your dog's coefficient of inbreeding is, and which particular lines are the strongest genetically. Or I can do what you would call a test mating, take 2 dogs and project what the coefficient of inbreeding for the offspring is. The big thing is, right, and some that I've been doing recently, I'll talk to people and I'll ask them, well, what's your objective? What are you planning on doing, with the breeding? And come to find out maybe that the stud that they're planning on using, right, doesn't have a high enough inbreeding coefficient to reliably pass on his traits. And so then I suggest, and I never tell anybody what to do, but I suggest that maybe if their female, let's say, has a lower inbreeding coefficient, then maybe they want to look for a stud that has a higher inbreeding coefficient, that has a very structured pedigree, so they stand a better chance of passing his traits on to the offspring, right? And so it all depends on your strategy, what you want to accomplish. And I mean, some people may have a phenomenal female with a high inbreeding coefficient, and maybe they just want to pick a stud with a lower inbreeding coefficient than her and stand a better chance of the puppies coming out to look more like mama.
I got you. So this is Jerry James from Dubtown Bullies. He ain't only donating last month and this month. He's donating one every year. So that says a lot about him. He really cares about the breed. Y'all be sure to go follow this guy. How much do you charge, Jerry, or do you just want people to reach out to you and you talk to them about it then?
Yeah, the quote it kind of just depends on how many hours I have to spend putting it together, but it's never more than $75. It's $25 to $75.
And you know what? That is not bad at all, because just think about the money you would have wasted just doing a breeding, and then all the puppies come out just terrible. So that's a really good investment. I really think that if you're planning to do any line breeding, inbreeding, even if you don't plan on doing a line breeding or inbreeding, just go ahead and reach out anyway and see what that's all about. There's several people on here that said that they are interested in getting one done. Jerry has given away one during this podcast, so we're going to pick one. And if you're not the one that won, then y'all need to get a hold of him at Dubtown Bullies. I'm going to show you guys his banner again, so you guys can find him over on Facebook and just message him. But it's Dubtown Bullies. Message him over Jerry James over on Facebook. That's his logo. That's his profile picture on Facebook right there. So we're going to find
one other thing, if you don't mind, Lois.
Yeah.
If people are really interested about the details, I did a 2-hour podcast on Joel's page, No Bullish TV, right?
That's it.
Month and a half ago. It's 2 hours long. If you want to really get into the nuts and bolts about why it's important before you decide whether or not you want to spend your money, go watch that.
That's right.
Yeah, it's lots of people are interested. I see a lot of people saying they'd like to get in touch with you, so y'all do that. All right, we're gonna pick somebody. So if you are in the comment section and you did hashtag BWO, that means you shared this podcast out to somebody or somewhere, and you did the hashtag. So that would let me know that you shared, and we're gonna pick a name from those people that did the hashtag BWO. So we're gonna find out who the winner is right now. All right. Let's see.
What is this for?
This is for the COI analysis, Jerry's.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Zach Newman. Zach Newman, congrats. You do have to be here, so if you're not on here, you don't get it.
Make a
So Zach,
comment, Zach.
I want to be added now. Okay, so I'm gonna add more people on. And if you win one prize, you can't win another. So let's see.
Not on this episode, right? Or is that, or are you keeping up with everybody who wins total?
You can win on the next one.
Okay,
you can win on the next one. Okay. You just
Jerry,
can't win.
thank you so much, Jerry. Man, that's we appreciate your support, bro. Always, and appreciate your knowledge and appreciate you trying to really make the community better, bro. That says a lot about who you are. I hope you get a lot of business off of this, man.
Well, I'm here
appreciate
for the dogs, fellas, so I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
See you, Jerry.
You bet.
All right, so next up is hang in there, Candy, because Jeffrey has a hat he's going to give away, and then Candy has a lot to tell you guys about this booth she's giving away. So we're going to add Jeffrey Askew from Hard Knocks Bully Camp. He has, let me show you his banner. This is him right here. You guys go find him over on Facebook and follow them as well. All these people that have taken their time or their money or their products to invest in this podcast, please guys go there and follow their pages. That's so important to us and important to them. So this is Jeffrey Askew. But if you ask Lance, his name is Askew. He emphasizes
Lance is right.
Is it Askew? Okay.
Hey, touchdown, Ole Miss, baby.
You won that one. Okay.
I've been called worse though, so it's all right.
All right. So he just showed. I guess you're wearing the hat.
This is it too, y'all.
Right,
Y'all need to.
it hasn't had my old sweaty head in it, so the one that we're giving away is brand new.
You don't get one that's been sweated in yet, right?
That costs extra.
Right.
All right, let's see. I'm adding. We have a few more people that need to be added to this wheel. Let's see. I tried to keep up with them during the podcast, so it might have looked like I wasn't paying attention. I promise I was. I was
Dude,
just.
did you shave, bro?
What?
Did you shave, bro?
Yeah, I took it off.
He looks like a weirdo.
No, you took everything, the goatee and everything.
No, I just took the mustache off.
Okay. It's hard for me to see.
And again, if you guys are looking for t-shirts, you can get a hold of Lance's got some, Kayla's got some, and if they don't have your size, then let me know and I can direct you to my website.
And we'll also have some Florida ones available if you don't have any, Lois.
Okay, sounds good. I know Dan Glenn was looking for a Florida one. He wants one with the Florida on the back of it, he said. Let me see if I missed anybody. Daisy, let me add you. Daisy, I'm just going to put Daisy for yours. I'm not going to put that whole last name. That's a big last name, girl. Let's see. I miss anybody?
Hey, everybody, too. She just ain't camera ready right now.
What's up, girl? See you flexing over there with them trophies, boy.
My room ain't like yours, brother.
It will be after this year.
Hey, that's
I don't know.
Yeah.
Jameson says check your DM, but I don't know who he's talking about. All right, here we go. Let's see who's going to win. I got you, Gail. I got you in there. I got you guys as you were commenting them. Tammy Conklin. Tammy, you won that.
Tammy. She gets her own state.
That's awesome. She's been wanting anyway.
That's gonna save. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, Tammy, get with Jeffrey and Jenna on getting your hat. Dan, I got you guys in.
Yeah, ain't gonna be no shipping involved in that, is there?
Awesome. Okay. So next is who we got up next. All right. Thank you, Jeffrey. All right, so we got Candy here. So if you guys don't know who Candy Avila is, we are going to a Candy show. I said Candy show. We're going to an ICBR show. A Candy's throwing out there in Troy, Alabama. It's going to be lit. You guys need to be there. This is going to be super, super cool. There's going to be a lot of BWO in the house over there.
I'm
So
hoping
Candy,
all the
go ahead and
BWOs come in.
Hey, Candy.
tell them about
Hey,
your channel
Lance.
and what you sell.
I said I hope all the BWOs coming.
That would be nice.
We're gonna try our best to make it. I mean, I think we're going. I think we're 80%. You know, unless something crazy happens, we'll be there.
I got several of you, several locked in on booths. So yeah.
Nice. We're looking forward to it. Good food and a good time.
Yeah,
I know
and
it,
now,
right?
and if
got a
you
little
don't
bit
have,
of- we've
if
got
you don't have
little
a
bit of-
dog that's currently registered, we can register the dog there, right?
Yes, it's $20
So that
to
is no
register
excuse
the
for
dog
y'all
there.
not to come. Don't tell me we ain't got no dogs registered. Y'all better come.
Yeah, there ain't no excuse. Bring your ABKC papers or just take a picture of it on your phone, and bring the ABKC papers with you, and they'll register you right there. $20. It's honestly cheaper to register them at the show than doing it online.
There you go.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right, so your kennel name is Chola. I just had the logo up for you guys, for you.
Yep.
So Chola Bully Kennels. That's a cool
Mhm.
logo. So make sure you guys follow her on Facebook. That's her logo there for Chola Bully Kennels. And then
I like the
you have
color.
your show.
I know
Yeah.
this lady Holly did that for me. I said I don't want nothing fancy, but I want something that stands out, and it does.
Yeah.
There's my
You
bed
have,
Nice.
on the back
and
of my
so,
wall in my living room.
oh, sorry. There you go.
I
Oh,
did.
yeah.
I can't get the camera to look right, but yeah.
So her show is May 6th out in Troy, Alabama. You guys, here's the flyer for it. You can find it all over Facebook. It's on the BWO page. It's also on my profile. The Cinco de Mayo show, even though it's on the Cinco de Ses, I don't know, whatever. Seis de Mayo, whatever it is. Okay, so it's the Cinco de Mayo show. They're gonna have some bomb food there, from what I understand, right?
Yeah. My husband is making not Taco Bell tacos. We're making authentic carne asada, al pastor, chorizo. He's doing nopales and onions. Like the nopales are like the cactus plants, and he cuts them up, grills them, and then he'll saute onions, throw on the tacos. He does. You can ask Miss Vicky about his drunk salsa. Every time she comes up here, she has him make her a whole bowl. She takes it home, and I promise you, she eats more of it than Corey does.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
What's the turnout looking like for the show? Is it picking up some traction, or?
I've got, I believe, 3 VIP booths left.
Oh, nice.
I do have several regular booths, but with the experience we've had here in Alabama, I'm expecting hopefully by next week, latest following week, us to be sold out.
And then you'll still have
Now
some
there,
people
you
coming
can
in
get all
through
the
the day.
tickets.
And then we'll have people that'll come in through the door, pay door entry or whatever. And I mean, if they come in and say, "Hey, I want a booth," I'll squeeze them somewhere.
There you go.
Did you sell all the tickets for your raffle?
I did. We announced that last night after I got Facebook to cooperate with me.
Facebook's been a whole doozy.
I know. We did it live last night, and I had it was somebody that I didn't really know, but they had gotten in on the raffle through a guy that's promoting it for me. He's gonna do a YouTube video like they did out at Lynn's in Mississippi, where the guy did the video of around the town, and then do like a YouTube video throughout the show. And he's gonna take pictures, and he's gonna help me MC and do the music. And I picked out some really good music. I said I want a little bit of old school, some Leonard Skinner,
So Electric Slide. No, I'm just kidding.
all kind of like I just wanted to mix it up. I want everybody to have a different vibe at the show. Like ICBR has been really good to us. they show a lot of love to our dog Cash, Timory, and Stephanie and Terry. And just because of the love that they show, we just want to return it. And also with the kids, man, to me, it's all about the kids. We
Yeah.
are doing a lot of special stuff for them. We're going to do a piñata that we're going to fill with candy and dollar bills, and we're going to put our own money in it, but we're also going to set it by the front door as people are entering. And if they want to throw some dollars in there for the kids, then the more the better.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Hey, Sue asked the question. Sue, we actually answered that question earlier in the live. I highly recommend that you go back on. This was a very informational podcast. Please do go back. We had a vet tech that we interviewed that's here with the BWO. Go back and watch when we get off it. And if you have any other questions after that, just message me and I'll kind of give you some more information. So Candy here is, you're probably like, what's she giving away? All right, well, we had a COI analysis, we had a BWO hat. She's giving away a whole booth at the show. So tell us about the booth. What's the value in that booth, and like, does anything come with it?
So we are doing just the regular booth. It's $125 booth, and for that particular booth, we will give the two people that'll be sitting at the booth. It's allowed 2 people, 4 dogs. We will give them 2 plates of food for free, two plates of 4 tacos.
Oh, nice.
Let me put my name on this raffle, this spin wheel real quick.
But they will get 2 plates of 4 tacos each plate and 2 drinks for free. But I wanted to go over a little bit, if that's okay with y'all, about the
Yeah.
VIP booths.
Yeah.
So the VIP booths, they are $300 a booth, but with the gifts that we're giving away with them, they're about the same price as the regular booths, because we're giving away a box kit that it's about a $40 value. It's got like wipes and traveling stuff for the dogs and poop bags and just a bunch of stuff in the box that, to keep your dog clean when you're at the show. Well, when you go to a dirt floor show and you want to try to keep that white on their feet as clean as possible. And then Brittany, that is making our ribbons out of North Carolina, I got some show leads from her that's going to be on the VIP booth. We are doing a water cup that I found on Amazon that is absolutely, actually I've got it up there, but I can't reach it, but it is absolutely so cool. So it's like a 20-ounce bottle, and then it's got a plastic thing that comes up, and you just push it down and the water goes up in it, and the dog can drink out of it.
That's pretty cool.
We're also doing, because it is a Cinco de Mayo, and I know not everybody drinks alcohol, but we are doing a bottle of Jose Cuervo Silver with the margarita mix in the box.
Oh, nice. We're
Yeah.
going to get you drunk and full, baby. Let's go.
We're gonna be hungover the next day.
Hey, tacos aren't tacos without a shot of tequila with them.
There
Okay,
you go.
so what is a bottle girl? And can we take that home?
I mean, yeah, you can take it home. But and then we're also, my best friend, she's making some decals for your cars for me to throw in there. I feel like I'm forgetting something. It's about $150 worth of prize gifts that we're throwing
It's
in.
nice. Nice.
And then I'm doing the fun show this time. The next show that I do, which is already in the works, I'll be doing both the section and the fun show. But we are, so for the stack offs, for the man and woman stack off, you get a really huge trophy that I'm getting from Corey and Lauren. This with BWO. All my trophies are coming from them, Breadwinners Awards. And then you'll be crowned either queen or king with a really nice crown.
Oh, nice.
And then the best in show on the fun show will get a really nice size, almost 2-foot trophy and a cash prize.
Heck
Nice.
yeah, there's a lot.
Nice.
There's a lot. I'm excited
Somebody's
about
about
this
to
show.
win something nice, baby.
Yes,
Yep,
yes.
yep.
And then
And then
there was
also
something
Jameson also is given to his stack boxes for the sanction show best in show winner. So I got to get up with him before he makes those because I want to buy one.
I know those are nice. Actually, we're
They're
giving away
super
one
nice.
tonight. We're giving away one tonight too, and you're in the giveaway too because you also shared. So somebody had a question and wanted to know, are you able to do you have to buy a vendor booth or are you allowed to sell stuff at any booth?
What I will do for vendors is if they just want to get a regular booth, just pay the regular booth price.
Nice.
Okay. All right, so there you
In
go.
that
You guys
wheel,
ready to
baby.
find out who's gonna win this booth? Joe's
I'm excited.
name's on it. Joe's name's on it, so maybe we'll win one. All right, let's see. I didn't put myself on here, even though I shared it 5,000 other places. All right, you guys ready? All right, let's see. I'm not coming on live tonight. Jameson, you're not coming on to give away your stack box? All right, here we go. I sent him the link. Who is that? What does that say? Or who is it? Andrea Poole. She don't even got bullies. She's got cats. Are you going to that show now that you want a booth? She was one. That was who asked. She wanted to know, like, if she came, like, can you get a booth and just sell stuff? Because she's got stuff she likes to sell. She has bully heads. She's the one that gave away the keychains last time, the little self-defense keychain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
those were cool.
Yeah. So she gave 2 of those away. She can go there and sell your little keychains, girl.
That's right. Whatever she wants to sell, as long as it's legal, I don't care.
Candy, we appreciate your support, and appreciate you donating, and we're gonna try to black and white that thing out for you, girl.
Let's do it.
Andrea Poole is my best friend, actually, so I'm really shocked that she got in. Like, woo, we got extra.
You got on my last raffle. I know you're gonna come, but you won your entry with 2 of the dogs for free.
Yeah,
so.
and didn't I get in to like a special stack off or something too?
Yeah, Joe. Yeah, you'll get one. You get one. You get to go into one category in the fun show for free.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. So Joe just has to get in.
Awesome. All right. So don't forget, you guys follow Candy Avila. Her name's spelled just like that on Facebook. Candy Avila. Find her over on Facebook. And it's Chola Bully Camp, right? Chola Bully Camp. Kennels. Chola Bully Kennels. So follow her. That's her logo back there you see behind her. That's her logo, the purple and teal. Or it's more like a mint green, huh?
It didn't come out on the banner like it was supposed to, as bright as it was supposed to.
She's going to be doing a lot more shows, so y'all want to be following her.
Oh, definitely. This is going to be our first Cinco de Mayo, but I've already got the second Cinco de Mayo in the works, and I'm looking at possibly either September or January doing another show.
There you go.
That's awesome. Let's go. Let's get it. Thank you so much, Candy. We appreciate it.
Thank y'all for all the love.
You're welcome. We'll see you May 6th.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. So next we got there's a stack box being given away. That's from Jameson. Jameson's being all shy and stuff, so he's not wanting to come on. But we're gonna go ahead and
here's that wheel.
There we go. Who's gonna win that one? Let's see.
Dan Glenn.
You just won the stack box. Make sure you get with Jameson. Get with Jameson about that box, man. Let's see. All right, let me take off Dan off of here. Congratulations.
Congrats, Dan. Appreciate everybody commenting and stuff too, y'all. There's been so many people that said they were going to stop by. I just really appreciate, we just appreciate all the support, guys.
All right, good. You're here. Yep, you have to be here to win. I can do 2 more keychains. Andrea wants 2 more keychains. You have to get with Andrea so she can mail those off. So if you win a keychain, I'm going to go ahead and pick some winners from them. Let's see. So if you win, you'll have to send her your address so she can get those mailed off, okay? The whole point of this is, Jameson is from Noble South Bullies. Please follow Noble South Bullies. That is who donated the stack box for tonight. Let's see. Right here. Here's his logo. Y'all go follow his kennel page, you guys. Let's blow up that kennel page. There's 49 people in here. We want 49 new followers for Noble South Bullies. Y'all go follow him, okay? And if you want a stack box, you know who to reach out to. That is Jameson Pearson. Go ahead and follow him. All right, so Andrea Poole is going to donate 2 keychains. We're going to pick 2 winners real quick off of that. And she has a page called Dare to Dream on Facebook, but it's the number 2. All right, Lauren Bird, if you are here, say hi. So that
That's
way,
my old, that's my old lady.
Oh, that's her. Okay, you get a keychain. Hit up
Okay.
Andrea. She's here in the chat.
Thank you, Andrea. I'm glad I got one because I really like those things. I didn't want to say nothing, but I'm really glad she got one.
She gives you a paw print and the self-defense one. And Chris York.
Yo,
too.
Chris, good job, baby.
Chris, are you on here still? Andrea wants to know if your old lady wants a specific color.
No, tell her surprise us.
Surprise him, girl.
Unless she's got an orange.
All right, let's see. I'm gonna pull them off of here real quick.
She can just give it to you too, Lois, and save her from shipping. I'll just grab it from you to Cinco de Mayo.
Okay. That'll work.
If you don't mind.
All right. Next, let me save this. All right, so the next thing that we're going to give away is there's some a BWO magnet that Lauren and Corey Eccles from Ink Pen Bullies she said she's going to give you an orange one. All
Okay,
right,
cool.
So this is for the magnet from Ink Pen Bullies. Here we go. It's a BWO magnet. We give away all kinds of stuff.
I got one too.
That's going to go to James Hargrove. Are you still in here, James? If you're here, make sure you say hi. All right, so Jerry Blanchard, let me add you really quick. Did you share the make sure you guys share the podcast out. James, yes, that's you. Awesome. Okay, so you want to get with Lauren and Corey Eccles. Let me know if you need their information. Just message them and tell me you want a magnet, and they will send that out to you. And then, hi, Neelan. There's Neelan, bam. All right, so I got
Bam.
I added Denzel. Let me make sure. Let me see if I think I may have. Did we already add Jerry? Let me see. I don't think I did. I don't think he's in there yet. All right, let me add Jerry in. If you guys shared the live stream, make sure you do hashtag BWO. We're fixing to give away the puppy.
For the world blow, baby. That's right, fam.
Puppy. And he's not able to join us tonight. They're your tattoo artists. I need them to give me a BWO tattoo. I'm trying to work my way up that way. On my throat. No. Shut up, Joe. All right.
My boy Joe. What's up, Joe?
He's back there being a creeper. All right, Tiffany, are you in there? Let's see. We're about to give away. Y'all blow up this podcast. Start sending it out to all kinds of people. Michelle, I got you. Corey, I got you. Nikki, let me see if I got you on there. Let me just double check and make sure I got all you guys. Michelle, I got you. Barber Life, got you. Skyla's on there. Let's see. I got Kayla Taylor. Let me see if Nikki's on here. Y'all share this live stream out. Share it. And then people can also watch the replay and wish that they won the puppy. Let's see. And then Jenna, let me add you on. I don't have you on here yet. Jenna, ask you. Got it. Let's see.
But nobody in the group can win the puppy, right?
Yeah, that's right. You can't win the puppy, so I guess adding that would be unnecessary.
Yeah, nobody in the group can win the puppy.
Forgot about that. All right, so yeah, nobody in the group can win the puppy, not the big prize. I've already got everybody else added. Neelan, if you want to be fam, if you want to be added, you gotta share the broadcast. And then do hashtag BWO. Tiffany, I'm pretty sure I got you in there. Let me double check. I do not, so I'm glad I checked. All right, let's go ahead and add Tiffany. Tiffany. Hi, Francis.
I don't think so, Dan. I think the stack box just comes regular. He don't customize names and stuff on the side. So just get up with him though and talk about all that. But I
Yeah.
think it's just a plain stack box. I mean, you're already getting it for free. I imagine. I don't think he would. I don't think that's. I think it's just a regular old stack box.
Kim Schaffner, let me add you. Kim trying to get her a puppy. Your husband will kill you. He'll be like, "What you doing?" Trent, I got you. Didn't I? Yes, Trent's on here. Okay. And then
Let's spin it, girl. They should have been here in the beginning. Let's go.
all right, let's see. Candy, I got you on there. Shannon got you. Did you add me? Tracy, yes, got you on there. All right. All right, I'm about to quit. Let's see. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. All right, I got everybody on there. All right, we're fixing to do it. Fixing to
Spin
do
that
this.
thing, girl.
Fixing to do this. All right, don't forget, if I don't have time to pull off all of the BWO members, but if a BWO member wins, we have to pick another person.
Hey, is G not coming on?
He can't. He's having dinner with his family, but he said that if you have any questions, just let him know.
Oh yeah, G, happy birthday to your little baby girl too, bro. Happy 10th birthday, man.
Happy birthday. All right, ready? All right, let's do it. Who's going to win the puppy? And I'll show you what the puppy looks like. It is a male.
Tracy Allen.
Tracy, congrats. You get another dog, girl. She's so excited. All right, I'm going to show you what it looks like. Congrats, Tracy. Reach out to GL Barber. All right, and I had a few things prepared for GL Barber. This is his banner right here. That's his banner. And he's got, let's see. This is the parents to the puppy, Apollo and Zena. This is an XL puppy, male. That's
Nice.
mom and dad. That's the ped. This is the breeding banner that they had put up for it. This is the puppy. So,
Nice.
congratulations, Tracy Allen, for winning the puppy.
Congratulations.
So, yeah, make sure you get up with GL Barber. Let's see. Yeah, where's my boy G? I know he's out to dinner. He's out to dinner. All right. So I guess that's pretty much it. You guys, we are gonna find out who we're gonna be highlighting for our next podcast. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up that one. I know Tracy, you come up here and win a whole dog, girl.
Boom. There you go.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna pull up the BWO wheel. All right, so we're going to find out who we're going to be highlighting on the next podcast. And let's see who it's going to be.
Oh, Lordy, Lordy, Lordy.
Oh, shoot.
JVille.
That's us.
Hey, so Lois, can we you still run it and Joe do the interview, or how are we gonna do that? I guess we could talk about that later.
Come in here and sit, and we can bring you, we can sit in one screen, and then you and someone else can do the podcast. So I'll still do everything behind the scenes, but y'all come up with the questions.
Thank you.
I know. Y'all wouldn't even know where to start. Be like, what? What's the website?
We shut that son bitch down.
We're like, we quit podcasts. All right, so I guess we're the camp that's going to be up next. So you'll see a lot of content coming from JVille Bullies on the page. Please make sure you're following the BWO page. Do I have to message him? Yes, you do have to message him. Let him know that you won the puppy from the podcast. He'll know what you're talking about, so y'all can arrange getting him and everything. But yeah, so if you guys, all the sponsors that gave stuff away, we got Hard Knocks Bully Camp. That's Jeffrey who gave away the hat. We got or Noble South Bullies. That is Jameson who gave away the stack box. We got Dubtown Bullies, which is Jerry James who gave away the coefficiency test. We got GL Barber who gave away the puppy. You guys just saw his banners and stuff. Make sure you go follow him, and he's part of a bigger organization
The commission.
called the Commission, right? Isn't that it? That's right here?
Yeah. Yes, the commission.
So go look for them as well. We also have Dare to Dream Jewelry. I don't have a freaking logo. I should have had that. The Dare to Dream Jewelry, that if you look it up on Facebook, it's Dare, the number 2, and then Dream. That is Andrea Poole, the one that's given away the keychains. And then we also have Ink Pen Bullies, who were on last month, that we interviewed last month. They're giving away the magnets. So we had tons of stuff to give away. I do want you guys to know, if you guys, if you have something you would like to give away, it could be t-shirts, something small, anything, please get in touch with Lance or myself so we can arrange for that to be given away on the next podcast. And you'll get a shout out. The whole point is we grow, you grow. Let's do it all together. Also, we have sponsorship, like money sponsorship slots available, like $50. And, that gets eyes on your kennel, because we're going to talk about you. We're going to put you up on our page. You're going to come on the podcast, so you'll have a chance to talk about your kennel and just your mission and stuff you want to do, and talk about the product that you're giving away. If you do the $50, so it's a really good advertisement. We shared this podcast all over the place. I put in every single bully group that I'm in. I'm sure a lot of people did too. Then when is the next podcast? Okay, let me look that up. That's a good question. Next podcast will be, it's going to be on May 10th. May 10th. Wednesday.
What day is it? Wednesday?
Yeah, always on a Wednesday. So Wednesday, May the 10th. So it's in 4 weeks from now. Wednesday, May the 10th.
And I got we won a Best in Show this weekend at ICBR, and they gave us a 32-inch Roku TV. I'm willing to donate the TV to the podcast if whoever wins it will pay for the shipping, because I don't know how much the shipping is going to cost, but I'm pretty sure it'll be less than what the TV costs, so
yeah.
I think that's pretty fair. I've been thinking about kind of how to do it, and I was like, damn, it's kind of big. So I don't know how much it's going to cost, but I can take it up to the store and get my post office to tell me exactly how much of the cost.
I would go UPS or FedEx. I would not take it to USPS because they'll charge you a lot. I would take UPS or FedEx. For anything heavy, I would go UPS or FedEx.
Okay.
Jeffrey says don't use UPS.
So we already got like I said, a 32-inch smart TV to give away next podcast. We're going to try to keep it going with something kind of special and different. So definitely y'all tune in next time. Like Lois was saying, sponsors are key to this. So we can steadily have stuff to give away. But I feel like every show we'll be able to come up with at least one or two things to give away with with our stuff. But yeah, good podcast, y'all. Lois, always thank you so much. You're awesome. And see y'all next month, man.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate everybody that came out. Thank you
Peace.
so much.
BWO to the world, blow, baby.
That's right. That's right.
All right.